Okay, everyone. So now we are back and we are going to look at the classic filters. Yeah, let me hide the loading meeting controls. We're going to do Control A, make sure you have your audio ready to go and it is highlighted. All of it is highlighted or the specific parts. We're going to go down to Effect. We're going to go to Legacy. We're going to go to Classic Filters. Um, so, so when doing this, we are trying to. So with the low pass and and the Butterworth, this is what we'll focus on here. With the low pass, we'll see this go be more attuned, so it'll focus more on the lower pass. I'll show you now with that. And the cutoff is at 1,000 hertz, so let's take a look. Yeah, so it'll focus more on that with the screening. And it'll dive it down. So dive down like that. So let's just go back and go back to that. Yeah, so it'll go from high and then drop lower. And then with the high pass, we'll have something like this, and then we'll click apply. And then it'll still go and focus on getting it much lower there. But with the lower pass, let me go back here with the lower pass. With the with the lower pass, that's typically what you would want to use in terms of this. And just keep it at order one typically, but your cutoff should be at 1,000. That's always going to be fair, and it's not going to um, dilute the audio too much. So we'll go back there, just one more example. Okay, so we've got that there. Let me go back to Legacy real quickly. Classic, classic, right there. All right. All right, that's not what I want. Okay. All right, Legacy compressor. If you've worked in the past versions the of Audacity, this is what you would find. And also you still have some defaults right there. So I guess this would be our default, but this is typically what we would have used back in the day. You keep makeup for gain right there. um, for zero after compressing. So that's typically what you would want, unless you are so far off of your recording that you need to use it. So, or you can compress based on peaks. But this is typically the standard of what you want at the end of the day. So we'll click apply. All right, so we have that there. You check that it's there. So, and oh, will you look at that? It's too high. It shouldn't be any more than that. Negative 2.3. So come here. Always make sure that it's negative 3.1 when you are doing that in the traditional compressor. And the negative 3.1 is more the buffer. That way, if you do set it at negative, because if you do set it at negative 3, it's going, some systems could read it as negative 2.99 and thus your audio will not pass. But we'll take a look here and thus, boom, passed right there. So let's keep it there. Okay, effect, go back to legacy, did the compressor, okay. How about the legacy limiter? Now, this is the traditional limiter of what we would want to see. Typically, right there, makeup gain, no. Soft limit, we could do a hard limit. That's typically what I was used to back in the day. Limit to dB negative 3, that is our goal. And taking a look at the presets, and you could also, and we can actually save this preset right now. So we'll just do Audacity 1. Let's just call it that. All right, let's click apply. All right, and this should just keep everything the way it was. Okay, yeah, and it just kept everything the way it was. right there. So nothing really changed there because it was at -3 right there. So let's just go back there. Yeah. Or, wait a minute. Let's just do one more check here. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not going to change right there, but let me just add something on here at the end and maybe I'll just show it to you. Okay, so this is a little bit of a minor test here. We're going to see how this all works out on audio 1.2. Let's go. Okay, we're going to do this here. Effect, legacy limiter. This is what I want. Preset. Yeah, yeah. Makeup gain. No, we'll just do click apply. Um, or actually, yeah. Let's just do makeup gain. Let me show you right there. Yes. Okay, and now it made up the gain. That's what. So that's maybe what you want at the time, maybe not, but we'll take. Uh, but depending on where your audio is, you may need to make up the gain. Now, this is a bit too much. We're going to lower this back down to -3.1, but but it's just one extra tool there to go back to if you have an older if you were used to the older version. So let's just go back to the Nyquist prompt here. We'll do that a little too quiet on there. So now we can go to the compressor. Too quiet there. Let's raise that up a bit. It's the noise floor though, so always make sure that you have a little bit more. Um, so right here, I'm gonna get a little more there. I say keep it at about a second, always a second and right there. So this is just right. It should be just almost right. Yeah. Okay, so always remember, keep it at about 0.75 of the second. That's usually where I find this to always be. So yeah, that'll do for this video. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace out. And yeah, also share this with all your friends. And yeah, let's see here in the meeting.